very short video just to kind of dance on the grave of something very quick because it really pissed me off. And this is something I saw originally from comic lover Mari over on Twitter, but I've also seen it from a lot of other accounts, including Hokage Spectre, among others, which you can look at on Twitter, is that the recent leak of the UI / I guess you would say, I don't know, I guess you would say like the main menu of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League that we talked about literally just yesterday, I believe, was that essentially there is going to be all this stuff with a battle pass, an in-game store, and all kinds of other things. And of course, now there are Twitter accounts being struck and having their content removed, having their account locked just for sharing the picture of that UI, which is why I didn't do it on here on YouTube. Basically, I could pretty much show this image, right, if I wanted to, and make the most transformative version of all time of a video, and it could still get struck by WB, because like I said before, in my opinion, they really abuse the copyright content ID system on pretty much every site, including YouTube, including Twitter, and others. They essentially throw their weight around in order to bully people out of talking about things that I guess WB and their subsidiaries are supposed to be protecting and not letting get out, but keep getting out, and then fans talk about it, and then the rights holders get angry about it, and it's like, bro, you fucked up your job by not keeping that safe, and now you're mad at us for talking about it. They did the same thing to me with Gotham Knights. I'm sure a lot of you remember, with giving me a copyright strike on my video where I talked about the leaked compendium, the collector's compendium. I gave like a million warnings to people. I also said I didn't even know if it was a real leak or not, but just that I wanted to talk about it because the things around it seemed kind of annoying. And I still stand by that, by the way, after playing the game. And of course, they gave me a copyright strike on that. I fought them and they lost. They just didn't do anything about it because I believe they knew that they were legally in the wrong for that. You can do takedowns, you can do stuff like that with content ID. The problem is once it gets into fair use and things being transformative, you're going to have a real fight on your hands. Yes, the companies could probably often win in court because they're the ones who have money, whereas I'm in debt, and they actually have money for lawyers. But the point I'm getting at is they will throw around these content ID strikes and removal requests and all this other stuff all the time. But then, of course, as soon as it comes down to it, and push comes to shove, a lot of times they won't actually fight it. So in my opinion, what I think is that the story leaks are probably fake because it just sounds really stupid to me. I didn't even talk about those here because for me, they just seemed so fake that there was just no point to talk about it. Maybe they will be, I don't know. But in terms of the actual UI, that battle pass thing and everything that did leak, it's looking more and more like that's actually true. And blocking that from getting out is not going to do anything because people are still sharing it all over the place. My big problem with this game right now, before it even comes out, is not that it will be bad. Like, I'm not sure if it will be. I'm not a big fan of games as a service or the live service model. I already talked about that last video. My big problem is, one, their content ID bullying strategy is back, which is just absolutely... I feel like I'm insulting people who pass on when I say this, because like the human being with the absolute lowest IQ who then passes on is smarter than WB when it comes to dealing with this stuff. I was going to call this brain dead, and then I realized, like, well, that doesn't make any sense because even if somebody passes away, they're still smarter than some of the decisions it seems like WB makes. So that doesn't really work. I also don't want to get called insensitive, but I get called that like every video, so who knows. But I will say that with this, it's the Streisand Effect. Now, you know what the Streisand Effect is? If you don't, it's essentially the idea of if I just try and cover something up, you know, and I make a huge deal out of it, and I'm like, no, don't look at that, don't look at that, don't look at that. And, you know, then it's like, well, people are going to look at that. People are going to want to look at that. The Streisand Effect happens all the time. It happens when you see a school and they ban a book, and then kids are like, oh, I wonder what's in that book, and they read it. You know, that kind of thing. Basically, you let knowledge get out there, or you let something get out there, and then you try and bury it or get rid of it, and people are going to seek it out. That's kind of what I think WB is doing with this. They pretty much just confirmed that the leak is true about the Battle Pass. They pretty much just confirmed that the games as a service controversy is an actual thing, that it is not just a rumor. Because when we talked about it, I thought it was just a rumor. Now when they're actually removing this screenshot from different places, which again, I'm not going to show, but you can find it like everywhere, and them taking it down is not going to change anything. But now that they're actually removing that, that to me says that it's true. Because why would you do that? If this is a fake thing, if this is not actually your intellectual property, somebody made this up, why would you go around striking and taking down the fake thing? You wouldn't. You would not waste your time with that. So this is pretty much confirmed as real by WB in their stupid ass move to try and cover it up, which is the same thing they did to me, which is why I'm talking about this, because I'm still pissed off about it. And there will always be like the few corporate shills who are ready to just like get on all fours for every company that they support. I love a ton of stuff from WB, but I'm not that guy. This is a stupid move. It was stupid to copyright strike people for talking about the Gotham Knights thing too. And there will always be those people who say, no, it wasn't, Jay. That was your fault, but I won. So fuck off. I literally won. They put up no fight on it. And I got my video back. I got the content strike removed because that was transformative. I was in the right. They were in the wrong. And I do want to clarify, like when I say fuck off, I don't mean everybody watching this video. Of course. I'm sure that you're smart enough to know that. What I mean is the people who are just willing to let these companies walk all over them, do whatever they want. And they're like, yes, daddy, please, daddy, more daddy. It's like, well, you know, if you want to have that kind of relationship, you should have it in your own personal life with your lover, not with WB. They don't care about you. They're just using you, you know? The only reason that they don't put up a big stink about things that actually are transformative and fair use, in my opinion, like this video or other videos I made or other videos other YouTubers have made, is because they know that it would make them look really bad and it's free promotion for them. These companies are always thinking of themselves, always looking out for themselves. I don't expect any different because they're not a charity, but what I do expect is for people to be smart enough to realize that, to look at the situation and understand that. It pisses me off that people are willing to fight for these companies when they do wrong stuff. Okay, like my suggestion, my anger is not at everybody, right? It's at how dumb WB has been with its decision making, how dumb it's been with alienating its talent and its fans and just everybody around it, even content creators who just make stuff because they're excited about it. You guys know why I got into doing YouTube and why my channel ever picked up in the first place? It was because I was excited about talking about Batman. Now, since then, I've moved on to talking about all kinds of other stuff, but the main reason a lot of you ever found this channel was because I love Batman. It was because I wanted to talk about it because I was passionate about it, you know? And so when you take people who are passionate about stuff and you just shit on them and you hit them with like false copyright claims or content ID strikes or things like that, that directly do affect them. And I know for me, someone with like anxiety disorders and stuff caused a lot of mental health stress. That's the kind of stuff that like really puts people off. You know, I have no more patience for WB or any of these companies when they act like this, when they use these content ID systems to bully people. I have no more patience for the fans who have a corporate hand so far up their backside that they're basically a sock puppet and the corporation's moving their mouth for them. It is okay to criticize this stuff. You know what I mean? WB pretty much confirmed the games as a service model with the Battle Pass and everything through their own stupid actions. They could have just left it alone and the whole controversy would have, you know, boiled over and gone away and people wouldn't even really care about it by the time of release. But of course, they had to play the micromanager like they always do and try and bully people out of talking about something that they let get out, not other people. So let me know what your thoughts are down below. I'm interested to hear them. I'm out of breath. I'm out of breath. I'm recording this in a limited amount of time to try and put it up in the same day. So let me know your thoughts. Please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. I appreciate hearing what you have to say, positive or negative. I'm just so out of patience on the bullying shit. Like, the companies bully people, the fans bully people on behalf of them. Stupid. I don't know. I'll see you in the next one. Have a fantastic day. As always, everyone, stay shway.